Greetings. I just wanted to drop in and tell you how excited I am about the Disability Conference being hosted by Oxford Diocese tomorrow, Wednesday, 13th of October, all online, so no need to commute. It's going to be in a seminar format so you can see each other, although of course, if you would like to have your camera off, that's absolutely fine. But who's going to be there and why are we doing this? Let's do why first. It's really important that our churches are places where everyone can come and do come and come belong as they are. But we know that some of our church buildings, our liturgy and our language sometimes is a stumbling block for people who are disabled. So we gathered a group of people who are experts in their field to come and talk about different disabilities and the impact that can have on belonging to a church, and some top tips on how we can make it just a little bit better. Because if you make it better for disabled people, you're probably going to make it better for everybody. So who's coming? Well, we have a welcome from Justin Welby, our Archbishop, and we're very grateful that he was able to film that and send it to us. Thank you, Justin. We've got Kay and Mark from the Additional Needs Alliance, talking about including children, young people and adults with additional needs in our church spaces. And after a short screen break, Anne Memmott will then join us, and she's talking about autistic people, children and adults, and how they have particular nuanced needs within our church environments. Then follows a pre-recorded video interview with Emma Major. She's a licensed lay minister down in the south of the Oxford Diocese, and she's going to talk a little bit about ministry and disability and how the two interconnect. Following Emma, we've got folk from the Torch Trust. They work with people who are experiencing sight loss, complete and partial, and we're talking to us a little bit about how we can make things better in our churches for people with sight loss issues. Another screen break. We're building in some rest points. Then we have a video from the Right Reverend Richard Atkinson. He's the Bishop of Bedford, but he also chairs a national committee looking at issues around disability and deafness. So he'll be coming to tell us a little bit more about the work on a national level within the Church of England. On the back of that, we're really pleased to welcome Reverend Susan Myatt, who is part of the Deaf Ministry Task Group, that national group who oversee what happens in our ministry of and among deaf and disabled people, but specifically the deaf community and the nuances that they have in terms of culture, identity and language. And Susan will be available for questions after the presentation. And then another pre-recorded video, this time with Reverend Val Plum, who is a priest in the Oxford Diocese, again, wrestling with that idea that disability and ministry belong together rather than separate or apart. Following Val, screen break and time for lunch. You can turn cameras off, make sure that you're on mute, disappear off, come back, and we kick off the second half of the day with a group called Open Ears. And they're looking at issues of hearing loss, people who have been hearing and are now gradually losing or lost their hearing altogether. So not necessarily deaf with a capital D, people who use sign language as a first or primary language, but folks who are English speakers and hearers who are coping with losing their hearing gradually or suddenly. And they'll have some top tips for us in terms of our church experience. Following them, Pete and Christine from Count Everyone In. Pete and Christine's particular passion is for folks with learning disabilities. And so they're going to come to us and talk a bit about their work and how we can make things better in our churches for those who have learning disabilities. Another screen break, you'll be pleased to hear. And then Reverend Canon Dr. Joanna Collicutt is going to come and talk about later life and disability. What happens as we are aging gradually and the body isn't functioning as it used to. And that can be in a variety of different ways, including mental health and physical health. And then hot on the heels of that, our final speaker for the day is Reverend Bill Bravener, who is the co-founder of Disability and Jesus. And Bill's going to just ponder with us and reflect with us a little bit about disability theology and where Jesus is found in our disabilities and not in spite of them. There'll be final closing reflections from yours truly, just bringing the day together, thanking various people for their contributions, acknowledging those we couldn't actually include in the day for various reasons, and then telling you that we'll be able to make this available to you afterwards as we're going to record it and upload it to YouTube. Good news, huh? So I really hope that you can come. If you can't come on the day, then definitely contact us about getting that link to the YouTube channel, and we'll hopefully see you soon.